around late 2014, I decided to go into personal training and nutritionists and meal plans and stuff like that. Successfully achieved a level 4 nutritionist certification, which I am 100% proud of. And it's honestly been one thing that I know that if I wouldn't have gone through it, I would not be who I am today, because that was huge. So level 4 nutritionist certification, I did do one level of personal training. My certifications, of course, got lost in the course of moving so many times in the last 2 years. And my handheld video recorder, video camera, that got lost too. I still have the carrying case for it, but I don't know where it is. That's backtracking. Let's go forward. So I've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing the meal plans and nutrition plans for a really long time. I have honestly been my own experiment. Trial and error. You know, you really don't know what will work with a person's body until you work with that person's body. A lot of people, when they come to me, say that they tried everything. Well, if you tried everything, the one thing that you did not try is being consistent. Okay? If you're going to try a diet, I would not expect to see, like if it were me, I would not expect to see results in less than 2 to 3 weeks. Most people keep on their diet for a week. If they don't lose the weight that they're going to try and lose, they stop. Very inconsistent. That's not good. Because if you're going back and forth between losing weight and gaining weight, it's honestly, I mean, if you're not losing weight and you know for sure your metabolism is shit, then of course you're not going to do anything. Me personally, I only know of 2 diets in my life that work. And that's the ketogenic diet, which is high fat, extremely high fat. Like when I was on keto, my fats were up to 185 grams of fat a day. And then your protein is about moderate. So my rule of thumb was my body mass for fats. And if you don't know how to do that, I can help you with that. And then I would do half my body weight for protein. And then I would do my age for carbs. And if I did carbs, it would be slow digesting carbs, because I didn't want an insulin spike. And that's the one downfall of keto, is the insulin spike. That diet is so amazing if you do it right. I found the effects of the ketogenic diet with my mentality, like my mind, just to be the exact same of Adderall. Laser pinpoint precision when it came to mental focus. My drive was there, my motivation was there, and I lost fat like crazy while still staying 100% carb loaded in my muscle bellies. I know they say you have to be muscle glycogen depleted in order to have the full benefits of keto. That's not true. Honestly, you have to have carbs for some reason. You know, your mind or your brain can actually run off of fats. And actually it runs better off of fats, because yesterday I got in this conversation where somebody asked me, why do I stay away from sugars? Because sugars cause neurological inflammation. So any kind of inflammation you have in your brain, if you turn that off, if you turn those receptors off, you won't have any inflammation. And then the next best diet is, if you're going to be on a carb-based diet, is carb cycling or calorie cycling. I don't like to say calorie cycling because a calorie is a calorie, and a calorie is not a calorie. Most common, popular belief, a calorie is a calorie. That's not true. Carb cycling is honestly one of the best sites to be on, because your body recomposition happens. And it's that whole mantra of you can't burn fat and build muscle at the same time. Yes, you can. And carb cycling is the exact way you do it. It really is. It works. One of the reasons why most people get so disappointed when they're trying to lose weight is because they get depleted in calories, so their body actually shuts their thyroid off as a defense mechanism from burning fat. Your body doesn't want to burn fat. Your body knows that that fat is there for a survival mode. So when you hit a survival mode, your body does two things. It cuts off your thyroid, and it makes fat harder to burn because it actually burns muscle instead. It goes for whatever's more dense, and that's not good. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, if you are in a caloric surplus where you're eating excess calories, your body actually turns estrogenic. So all the testosterone that your body's producing actually gets converted into estrogen, to where you put body fat on at a alarming rate. Again, not good. So how do you combat this? Like, it's either your diet is either you're in a caloric surplus or a caloric deficit. Yes, exactly. You're either one or the other. So why don't you use that to your advantage instead of to your demise? Because, like I said, if you're in a caloric deficit, your body shuts off your thyroid. If you're in a caloric deficit for a really long time. So think about it. If you're in a caloric deficit in, like, let's say 2 days. Okay, great. Now let's say you decide that you want to be in a caloric surplus for 2 days. That's perfect, because your body's not going to be estrogenic because you just got into a caloric surplus. Okay? I know what you're saying. Get to the fucking point, and I'm going to get to it. So, here's the way I do my calorie cycling. I find out what my macros should be. Usually it's around, right now it's like 198 for protein, and I'm sitting at about 200 pounds, 202, somewhere around there, and my carbs per day are like 236. Okay, so here's how I do my carbs, or here's how I do this diet, and then my fats are about 44. So here's how I do this diet. I add up all of my carbs. I pick 3 days out of the week that I call off days. Now you can go into the gym, do abs, do cardio, as long as you don't lift weights. Okay, and not lifting weights is huge, but I'll get into this. You take 3 off days, and then you pick 4 days where you're going to be in the gym. Like, you can take off days, that's fine, and you can take days where your calories or your carbs are high and not going to the gym and just call it a refeed. But in order to keep your body fat down as low as possible on your workout days, that's where your carbs should come in, because muscle glycogen replenishment, you're going to be using that energy that you're bringing in. So my cycle is, I'm off on Sunday, so I'll go about 150 grams of carbs on Sunday, because I know my body burns through that anyway. My metabolism is freaking jacked because of carb cycling or calorie cycling. Then Monday, I'm in a caloric surplus because I work out. Tuesday, I'm in a caloric surplus because I work out. I primarily am working out lagging body parts on those days because my testosterone is elevated, my carbs my muscle bellies are full. And because of the slow digesting carbs, like I usually have an apple before the gym, just because it's slow digesting, it's great, but whatever. So my body's testosterone is testosterone, it's not estrogen, and I'm getting the muscle building that I need. So on Wednesday, that will be my off day. I will be low carb again, 150 grams. And on the workout days that I have, my carbs are like maybe 330, 340, depending. I'm not really too strict about carbs right now, except I have to get around that number. My workouts are pretty intense right now just because they're lagging body parts. I love seeing the development that I have. So, but like I said, Wednesday, low carb. Technically call it an off day, or cardio, whichever you want to do. I usually do cardio because, like I said, body fat is a thing that I can't stand, and I like to get rid of it. I am about 21 weeks out from the show that I'm going to do next year, which is going to be a big show. So I want to get there ASAP. So what this does is, on Monday and Tuesday, your body's metabolism goes through the roof because you're eating all of those carbs. You're getting your muscle glycogen replenishment. Your metabolism is jacked. Okay, so when you do a low carb day, your body's metabolism is still elevated. So on those low carb days, guess what? Your body is looking for energy to burn. And it is 100% burning body fat. Crazy. And since you're doing it one day, your body's not shutting off your thyroid. So you're burning fat, like 100% burning fat. If, like, I do long digesting carbs like oatmeal, brown rice, and that's usually about it, because that's mostly what my stomach can handle. Then the next day, Thursday, high carb again, because I work out Thursday and Friday. High carb, boost that metabolism, and then go low carb Saturday and Sunday. Now, if you're doing cardio on these days, I recommend sprints, but some people can't handle sprints. People have knee problems, whatever. This is honestly, if you're on a carb-based diet, the best diet to be on. Period. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts. This diet is the best. Now, if you want to try something different, if you want to be mind blown, check out keto. I'll probably post or do a video on its benefits sometime later, like on a later date, but it's a great diet to be on. I don't even want to start that because I'll ramble on for hours. But like I said, I kind of started somewhere and then ended up in left field, honestly. But that's where I came from, and that's the two best diets to be on.